Spook Shackers. All right, so we are doing another making the Evil Dead cabin. And, you know, surprise, surprise, I'll let you in a little secret. I'm building the actual cabin. But this content here is for the things inside the cabin. So I'm getting everything as close as possible, and most of the time, pretty dang close, spot on. So, the first thing, the blue candle. The blue candle on the plate. This is on the fireplace mantle. Pretty cool. Also on the fireplace mantle, we have the lantern. This is a working lantern. This is red. The one in the series is, or the Evil Dead movie 2 is black, but I actually prefer the red, so I'm gonna let that one slide because I like the red better. If it really makes me mad, I might, you know, paint it black and kind of have it red, black distressed. Might do that. I don't know. We'll see. All right, you can probably see it peeking over here. Boom. This is the gooseneck lamp. This has the same exact face and pretty almost exact size fixture for the light. You know, just the little light bulb goes in there, and you know, it's laughing. Right? Gooseneck. Awesome. It took me a little while to find this one. Pretty neat. This is, if you don't know, this is on the desk next to the front door. Also, on that desk next to the front door, we have the pinkish red candle with the little holder thing.
Pages of the book.
Dang near identical again, guys. How cool is that? I mean, did a lot of research looking for this stuff. All right. Now, the one that everybody's going to really recognize, this right here. This is a old padlock. The one on the series is black with brass behind it. Again, I might just paint it, but it locks. You flip the key, it unlocks. So all I need now is some chains to hold that, you know, Henrietta down in the basement. Speaking of which, Henrietta! So she's gonna go in my trap door and yeah, be trying to get out with that lock and chains holding her down in the fruit cellar. Pretty spooky. All right. So now, the big one, I do have the identical tape recorder, which I'll show you. It's in my basement. Yep. This is the same exact Panasonic reel-to-reel recorder that was used in the Evil Dead. And I also made sure to get the same exact reels in position of the film and everything, or tape, I should say, to, you know, where it was at in the movie. And if you notice, the right one's got 3 spokes, and the right or the left one's got 4 spokes, and it actually works.
Department of Ancient History, log entry number 2. It was in the rear chamber of the castle that we stumbled upon something remarkable, a thing of evil that roams the forests and the dark bowers of man's domain.
On that desk next to that tape recorder is the green banker's lamp. The guy on the Evil Dead Chainsaws website or whatever claims that that's a filigree that's on that lamp. I'm finding out it's not a banker's lamp. It's most likely a piano lamp with filigree on it. It's very hard to find, very rare. So I'm gonna work on, still working on getting one, or I might just make one. Now, on that desk, or above that desk, you have a bookshelf with a bunch of books in it, and it's got one door that swings open and closed. One of the items on that, which is really hard to see and obscure, this girl right here, a Queen Nefertiti statue.
Didn't do a very good job.
Now, why is there a Queen Nefertiti statue? Well, you have to remember that Professor Nobi was over in Egypt, and that's where he found the Book of the Evil Dead. It's an ancient Sumerian book and a burial ground, which happens to be closely related to Egypt and Egyptians. So I've got that as well. It's on that bookshelf. Now, also on that bookshelf, and it's seen in another scene in the movie too, on the opposite corner wall of a corner shelf, and I'll show you both scenes here, we have an Egyptian dancer. This is the same exact statue. Now, where does this come from? This was made, I think, in the 20s or 30s out of brass. This is known, I forgot what it's called, but it's basically for like suckers that visited Egypt way back then, and they wanted to bring, parts of Egypt back, and either they thought this was real or it was just a really cool decoration, knockoff back then. But there's a type of art that's like Victorian something or other art, Egyptian art from that period. And I found one, the same exact one that's in the movie. So again, Egypt, he's an archaeologist, all that good stuff. Now, also on that same bookshelf, on the very top corner, that leads into the kitchen area door is where that bookshelf ends. And on the end of that bookshelf, we have an old globe, really old globe. And I have one. This is a 9-inch globe, and it's right there. It's really hard to make out. I watched the movie so many times that I picked up on this globe. It's there. So, yeah. And by the way, I'm going to have to make that bookshelf from scratch, which I can do because I'm a little bit of decent in carpentry. So there we go. Now, on the other bookshelf that's next to where the couch is, this is also really hard to make out and really fast in the movie, but there is a horned owl looking down like this off the bookshelf, which is kind of creepy. And I have one. So there we go. Another very small detail that I have, came up with. All right. One of the other things that is a very small detail that I really like a lot is the Home Sweet Home cabin sign.
You gonna be all right, honey?
I don't know. I think so.
I actually have a template, and I'm gonna make it. This is that stitching board. I've got all the different color thread, And I got the needles and all the other stuff to make that. You can see a high resolution picture of the one I had converted into a stitching pattern. I don't know what they call this, I forgot already. But you like sew in patchwork or whatever it's called, patching, I don't know. So that's pretty cool. Not bad. There we go. Now, yeah, you got a little white on the edges. You could matte this in black if you wanted to, but it's pretty good. I'm pretty happy with it. It's very accurate to the movie. The frame and everything looks spot on. And that's pretty cool. That's going to go above the table where the front door is. All right, so some of the big things I still need to do. I need to come up with that green Bankers / piano lamp, or make it. It's going to be difficult. That's going to be the hardest one, I think. I got 2 bookshelves to make. I got that corner shelf. I'm going to put a couch in there and the rocking chair. And need to build the trapdoor. Need to come up with some chains. Got curtains there. I got a lot of books to fill the bookshelf. So I'll probably get the Farewell to Arms and stick it in there. That was the pun. There was a bunch of old encyclopedias in there, so I'm going to probably check, garage sales, and I'll find those as well. And then, what else? Oh, I have a singing Bucky Deerhead. Check him out. He is going to be my Evil Dead deer. I'm going to need to build a mount for him to match the plaque that's in there. Let's see, I got a fireplace. Yeah, I think I pretty much got everything that I need to get going. And I'll show you the Necronomicon. All right, on display in my corner display, I have a Necronomicon that is made, and it's quite realistic, and it has, all the actual pages in it, which is really cool. So, you can read some dead spirits, get the Evil Dead going. Very cool, very cool.
In the year 1300 AD, the book disappeared.